Hello to my Geminis and happy new moon, Geminis. Happy new moon in Sagittarius, Geminis. Let's get right into it. Let's see what's going on in your cards, Geminis. Happy new moon. New moons are really about relaxing, resting and relaxing. You're coming off of the last cycle, and so new moon is all about relaxing, soaking up the moon's inspiring and motivating energies, right? So, new moon, new you. Somebody is feeling blessed and highly favored, or you can choose to see how you feel fortunate, or you've risen above something, right? By this time, hopefully, right? So, we're going to get into your reading. We're going to get into your reading. You are ruled third house, and the third house is the house of communication, right? So, the cool thing about Geminis is that you're highly adaptable, right? So 1 minute you can feel one way, the next minute you can feel the next way, right? But something inspires action for you because you're an air sign, right? So a lot of it has to do with who you're around. A lot of it has to do with who you are around, the air of energies that you're around, Gemini. So this reading is offered with compassion and emotional presence for you all. It honors the mental fatigue, unspoken feelings, and quiet processing you may have been moving through. You are not meant to have everything figured out right now. This is a week for listening inward, softening expectations, and allowing clarity to arrive gently, okay? Right? You move from your heart. All air signs do. Aquarius, you, Libra, move from your heart. All right. So let's start out with an intention. Let's set an intention here. Let's see what's going on. I will not wait for today to be a good day. I will make today a good day. I love it. That's right. I love it. This lets me know that you're asserting yourself. All right. So what is Gemini's inner state right now? What is Gemini's inner state right now? Sending everybody lots of love and light. Don't know if people celebrate the holidays or not, but if you are, you're getting out seeing some lights. They are absolutely beautiful. First card out the deck is the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords, right? Again, it has a whole lot to do with who you are around. If you're around energies who don't know how to use the element in a higher frequency, right? Because you're a mutable sign, you're going to go along with that flow, right? And you're a mutable sign and you're like a light switch. You can go on and off, right? And so you may feel mentally boxed in or unsure how to move forward with this Eight of Swords. This isn't because you're incapable. It's because you've been thinking for survival rather than for truth. So give yourself some grace, okay? Give yourself some grace. Again, new moon is really about relaxing. So that sometimes looks like, okay, I need to cut conversation short. If somebody's bringing you some gossip about some stuff, oh, guess what I saw? And they adding their 2 cents to something, or they not starting at the beginning of something. They just being messy, right? Cut the conversation. Just cut if it's not high vibration, if it's not serving a higher purpose, if you don't know, where something is coming from, you don't have a clue, then cut the conversation. Cut the conversation short. A lot of it, like I said, has a whole lot to do with who you're around. When you're trying to close out cycles and the cycle has closed out, by the time you watch this video, the cycle would have closed out. And you're in a new phase within a new cycle. It's a whole new you. The moon is in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is literally ruled by Jupiter, the planet of good luck and good fortune. If you're not on that frequency, I feel fortunate. I put together my gratitude list. That's all I'm focusing on. I'm speaking these things into existence. I've already purged that last cycle. I am not focusing on this other mess. As far as I'm concerned, it was some things I need to release, included some people, people, places, and things, family members, friends, people who are like family members, people who may have told lies on me behind my back. Things that weren't true. I needed to purge them a long time ago. And that's a truth that sometimes people don't want to face. It's like, okay, the people may have told, some family members may have told lies on me behind my back. May not have shown compassion towards me, right? May have burned me behind my back. I've been meaning to cut them off. I didn't know how I was going to cut them off, but hey, maybe this is just what I needed to do to cut them off, right? So what has Gemini been overthinking? You all are a communication zodiac sign. You and actually Virgo are actually ruled by Mercury, right? And usually Virgos are considered as the overthinkers, but it would make sense because both of y'all are ruled by Mercury. So what has Gemini been overthinking? Two of Swords. Yeah, indecision comes from trying to stay emotionally neutral. And so the Two of Swords it gently reminds us that avoiding feelings doesn't bring peace. Honoring them does. You know, the truth of the matter is that some people have lied about you behind your back. And these are family members. They have baited you into something and then switched up on you, showed you zero compassion, baited you into some kind of a lie, whether it was a lie about marriage or a lie about an organization or a lie about, you know, having kids with somebody and, you know, just doing something for the kids, staying together for the kids. But remember, everybody has an inner child, right? And so this is not about breaking up family. This is about, you know, protecting your operating in the spirit of love. But looks like your cards here, somebody may have said something directly to you. This is somebody who said they love you, may have said something, this is the Eight of Swords, said something to you that really dried up your creativity. May have said something about how you look, your like a physical appearance, and you start making connections like, wait a minute, this person talks to me like it's always in an argumentative state, like we're always fighting. This person talks to me like, but they're fighting some kind of an inner battle. This is the Two of Swords, like they're fighting some kind of inner battle. Like they talk to me like they talking to an ex. Like, what the heck? What's going on here? Right? They talking to me like I don't know my worth and I don't know my value in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Or they're comparing me to somebody, right? There's two sides of something. It's a comparison, right? Somebody talking to you a certain kind of way, like behind closed doors. The Eight of Swords and the Two of Swords would be Ten of Swords. So somebody talking to somebody behind closed doors a certain kind of way, like out in public is one way, but behind closed doors is something different, right? This person is basically loving out in public, but behind closed doors is like, whoa. Like this lady I used to work with used to say the term hell on wheels. I never heard that. Until I heard this woman say hell on wheels. I was like, what? But anyway, that's what I'm seeing here in the cards. I'm like, no. Everybody deserves compassion. It really is like behind closed doors. Like, come on now, right? And so I'm seeing love at the forefront here, and I feel like you're this Two of Swords here. You're bringing it down to the Ace of Swords for clarity. You know, you don't have to overthink something for clarity when you want clarity on something, right? Like why do you talk to me like that? Why did you say that to me? Why did you feel the need to talk to me like that, right? You talking to me like, and the Two of Swords look like somebody has like an X in front of their face, you know, but they have on blindfolds. Like you talk to me like you don't love me. Like you talk to me like I'm your ex, or you talk to me like, you know, like an ex-friend, or like you talk to me like I don't matter, or like you put an X over my name, like I'm already, you know, I don't exist. So what about the emotion asking for acknowledgement? What about the emotion asking for acknowledgement? Yeah, because that's kind of disheartening. It's like, again, you love me out in public, but behind closed doors, you're really painful. Your words are really painful. It's really hurtful. So Page of Cups. Yeah. So I feel like somebody wants to link up. Somebody really, really wants to link up, because I feel like somebody... Page of Cups is like there's a tender feeling that you've been downplaying. And so curiosity, hope, or vulnerability wants space. And so it's safe to feel again, even cautiously. Because something in you died when you felt like, okay, somebody says something to you, almost like, okay, wow. Okay. But that's how something, but it's really mirroring how somebody feels about themselves, And this is somebody that you love. This is somebody that you love. Um, Yeah, somebody almost feels like they just exhausted, like they're just burned out, exhausted, just being around, just all this confusion, like just getting burned out of just hearing this and that behind closed doors, and just drained and exhausted, right? I feel like looking at your cards here, something that you have in common with somebody is this is where the Two of Swords comes in. The Ten of Swords, somebody could be hearing a lot of arguing behind closed doors. Is the Page of Cups. And somebody could be absorbing some arguing going on behind closed doors, some drama going on behind closed doors is what I'm seeing here. Because then we got the Page of Cups here. And somebody could be cloaking in someone else's energy here. There's their tenderness, right, of that. Somehow so that you don't have to overthink this. You don't really have to. This is where the compassion comes in. This is really where the compassion comes in, and this is where you're putting an end to something, right? Because you're only hearing, I feel like, a part of something. Like this is the Ten of Swords. And a Ten of Swords can either be, this is actually a rebirth, right? Speaking something into existence, right? Because there is I feel like a lot of people are having comeback stories is what I'm seeing here. And a lot of people are going to feel really blessed to have comeback stories. Like after people said that they weren't, like the Eight of Swords, like people say, oh, you would never come back from such and such, right? But it was a matter of doing the mirror work. This is Eight of Swords here. Somebody's doing the mirror work and saying, oh yeah, you can come back from anything, right? So somebody had just basically X'd, two energies out, right? Whoever the energies are, it could be you and a child, an adult child, could be you and a spouse, it could be you and a whoever. But who do you need to X out? Who do you need to X out? Do you need to X out those friends that just keep a bunch of drama going, gossip? Just keep who is it? Friends, family member that just keep a bunch of just chaos and confusion going. Who is it that needs to be X'd out of this? So that you and somebody can link up. Who do you need to keep out of something so that you and somebody can link up behind closed doors and just have a loving conversation again, and just kind of pour into something, because somebody has some deep emotions around something. Page of Cups here, a deep message, right? And curiosity, right? So that's where compassion is needed. So compassion is needed. We're looking at the Nine of Wands here, right? So Nine of Wands is that you've been strong for a long time. Exhaustion doesn't mean failure. It means that you've endured. Rest is not quitting, it's healing, right? So somebody doesn't want to go back to being confused about something, right? So I feel like you wanna talk. Whoever you are, you want to talk to somebody. It could be an adult child that you want to talk to, but it's like having compassion for inner child. Having compassion for inner child is what I'm seeing here. So it's like whoever you felt said something to you very painful, however, communicated something to you very painful, right? You're looking at it as not like an impulsive parent, but it's almost like getting your child to safety, your inner child to safety, right? In a very loving way. Looking at your cards here. Because the Page of Cups is, like I said, just a tender feeling that somebody's been having, but they've been downplaying a tender feeling that they've been having. Yeah, two energies have been really downplaying a feeling that they've been having about something. And it could be about two exes. It literally could be about two exes, right? Who are emotionally immature. Yep. It could be projecting that onto you and someone else. Yep. Whatever that definition is. Whatever that definition is. Because that, even with that, it could look like whoever you are, whatever that looks like. Because I'm looking at the Page of Cups here. And then the Two of Swords here. Also being respectful of people's definitions too. Because nobody wants to be spoken to in a condescending way. So not going back on being confused about anything. So what is releasing? What is releasing? What's releasing? What's releasing is the Five of Swords. What's releasing is old arguments, self-criticism, or the need to win are fading. You no longer need to defend yourself the way you once did, right? You're not at this win at all costs kind of mindset. Using people's words against them, the playing mind games and all of that other stuff. Somebody just wants some clarity on something. So what is quietly beginning? What is quietly beginning? What is quietly beginning? All right. What I'm seeing quietly beginning is the Ace of Swords. Mental clarity is returning. Not all at once, but honestly, it's returning. So a new way of thinking forms when you tell yourself the truth without judgment, right? You tell yourself the truth without judgment. There is support available to you. There is support available to you. And the support available to you comes in the form of Three of Pentacles here. That's what comes in the physical sense. And Three of Pentacles here. It's like talking to people about teamwork, because you are a leader. So you don't have to process everything alone. A conversation, collaboration, or shared understanding can bring relief if you let it. Right? Because it looks like you've mastered something. You've mastered communication. I mean, you've definitely, in all forms, you've mastered communication in all forms. If you want something, you communicate it, right? And from a high frequency, you inspire people to go into prayer mode. Like you inspire people to go into prayer warrior mode. Even when they just want to pounce on whatever you say, you inspire them to say, okay, let me get to the throne and pray about it from a high frequency, right? Especially if they were like in a zombified state as them or their kids. And I say inner child, right? You wake that inner child up and remind them how valuable they are. And I'm talking to you wherever Gemini is in your birth chart, not just your sun, moon, rising, or Venus. You all know what I'm talking to when I'm reading cards. I'm reading from your sun sign all the way through Pluto, right? That's all of them, right? So how to care for yourself this week. This is for the 20th through the 27th of December, by the way. Like I said, happy new moon. Happy new moon in Sagittarius. And this is where somebody's going to feel really, really lucky, very fortunate with who you are, seeing something from a higher frequency. How you're going to care for yourself is the Temperance card, right? And so you're going to slow down your thoughts, balance logic with feeling. You heal fastest when you stop rushing clarity, right? Again, I'm going to go back to the beginning of the message. A lot of it has to do with who you are around, who you're around. Somebody was talking to you like they talked to an ex or exes, right? Basically yelling, talking to you like, like, okay, you're not moving fast enough, hurry up. And you're just going along with the flow, right? Basically, like, instead of learning how to push that energy right back, return to sender. You're doing stuff, you're busy, right? Prioritizing, putting yourself first, right? So you're feeling very fortunate that you know how to go along with the flow. You're learning how to adapt, but you're also very fortunate in how you receive and send out messages. You know how to send it back. But I'm looking also how you know how to put an end to any kind of speculation about anything by just being an open book. Right. That once you inspire people to want to link up physically, right? But not in a hostile way. They may initially want to link up that way, like, they're mad that you may have caused them some kind of misfortune, but that's not the intention, right? The intention is to operate in a spirit of love. That's the whole point, is to, okay, it's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. It's time to cut some of these. It's time to wake up and move on from some of these teenager kind of see stuff as like everything has to be all this friction, competition, competing, comparing, kind of, and move towards collaboration, new collaborations. And that's what I'm seeing here. Some new collaborations, some new way of doing things, new way of inspiring people, right? New way of inspiring people's inner child, right? New way of inspiring people's inner child. And that's what I'm seeing here. So, yeah, looking at your cards here, it's like people band together. This was, somebody was doing some kind of spirit work, banding together to put a fire and causing a lot of anxiety. So, this video is going to go up on the 20th. I'm gonna put up a video because I'm gonna put up a video earlier than this. Yeah, because looking at this 5 of find out what your zodiac sign is in your 5th house. Because something that you put air to, kind of put people like almost like they were ready to pounce on you, like a bunch of people, like put you in a lion's den, like, put you in a lion's den ready to pounce on you like you were just a sheep in a lion's den, right? And so we don't want that to happen. We don't want that to happen to you, and they want to cause you some kind of misfortune, right? Which is unfortunate that people are just that impulsive, but at the same time, Source knows how to keep you away from energy. So what I'm seeing here is Source knows how to use you in the way that you communicate to put an end to people being in this cycle of this infinite cycle of death. Like they're just recycling the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, right? And just wake up from that. Just wake up from it. Wake up from a trance, right? You have a very youthful spirit. You're trying to inspire people. Hey, it's time to move on from some things. Let's link up. Let's get out the house. Let's link up. It's stuff to do, that kind of thing. And so it's giving people some time to close out cycles, to get some rest, to link up, to be inspired, to be motivated. And it may not be in the way that people need it in their mind, thinking, okay, it could have been done a different way, in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But for you, it's part of your assignment. I feel like it's your 10th house, whatever your 10th house is, however your 10th house is. And so a truth coming into focus. You're bringing some kind of truth into focus, Gemini. All right. What is the truth that you're bringing into focus? Ooh, ooh. you expose some people's tempers. So you're rising above judgment. You're rising above some kind of judgment. You're breaking some kind of generational cycle, chain, and curse. So you're waking up to who you are now. And so you were surrounded by some people who have tempers, and that's what woke you up. It woke you up. That's what I said when the first card, when I first said it really makes a difference in who you're around, the air of the energies that you're around, because you're rising above the judgment of energies that act like it's a teenager. We ride out at dawn. We gonna pile up in the car and we gonna go talk to somebody we need to go see. Cause I mean that's the like somebody coming up against you, Gemini. That's the wrong kind of message that Gemini is sending out. We all getting together and come. We got to go see Gemini. That's not. People will read into a message the wrong way and end up bringing judgment down on themselves because they're reading a message the wrong way. So what Source is saying to you is somewhere where Source puts you, where Source plants your feet, is that's the generational cycle, chain, and curse that you're breaking. You're operating from a space of love. Something actually put a flame up under you to start saying, okay, there's two sides of there's two sides of something, right? So something inspires you to stop going along with the flow because it got the people around you flaming. What's the name of the flaming hot Cheetos mad? Something got you so angry that it woke the people around you so angry. Something happened. I'm just reading the cards here. Something got some people around you so angry as a leader, it woke you up. Okay, I need to take action in a particular area. I need to take action in an area without any judgment whatsoever. I need to take action as a leader, but from a sincere place. As a leader, I need to take some kind of action. And so you're waking up to who you are now. And this is the judgment card, which is Pluto, right? Not who you were expected to be. And this is self-forgiveness and renewal, not pressure. Not pressure. People are starting to realize, whoever you are, that you've always been a leader. Yeah, you're a compassionate leader. You'll go along with the flow. But when you see something getting out of hand, you're like, oh, no. When somebody's like at a point where they want to put somebody in a lion's den and they're not showing any compassion and they're ready to just pounce on anything and treat somebody like they're, like a them or their kids, like, okay, they're a sheep, in a wilderness, you're like, oh, no. Oh, no. Because again, some people don't hear a whole story. They get a snippet of something and they ready to pounce on something. They don't know a whole anything about anything. And so the Source has put you in a very powerful position to see something from a higher frequency with your level of education, with just a vast knowledge, just a lot of different things, right? The fact that you love to learn. What about the energy that you carry forward? Yeah, that's what makes you a star. That's what makes you a star, right? That is what makes you a star. So it also is shining a light on how there's two sides of a story of how it makes people feel even when they're not physically around and they know the air of people who talk about people behind their back. It's almost like now some people know how it feels. You know what I'm saying, Gemini? It's like, okay, people know that air. Air signs know that air because that's their element, right? Air signs know that air. When they walk into a room and they feel the temperature change, right? They know that air of when they've been talked about behind their back, the eyes, the shifty eyes, the looks, the this and that, grabbing people a little bit too close to them, looking people up and down, is that their real hair, is that and in this case you're calling man units, right? Are those his real muscles, or I don't even know what the name of the surgery is called. Are those real muscles, real abs, that kind of stuff, right? So air signs would be the best ones to know that kind of thing when people see you as competition. And so there's a serious call to action that Source has put you right in like in the midst of something, to calm people's nerves down and say, hey, listen, calm down. You know, you're putting an end to something in a very loving way, though. You're putting an end to something in a very loving way to gain some kind of clarity, And in some way, shape, form, or fashion, you may have gained some kind of clarity already, right? Because a light, when you look back at it, a light has shown on how you may have sat back and let people talk about people behind their back and really didn't say anything. Just kind of like, well, I don't really know. I'm not really sure. You know, I'm just hearing something. I'm not really sure what's, you know, that kind of thing. And so how it may have affected people's kids as well, and how it may have made them feel, you know, put them in a zombified state. People just being shady around their kids as well. So somebody is now seeing something from both sides. Don't let your past hold you back. Check to see what your south node is, but don't let your past hold you back. But somebody's seeing both sides of something now. This is you. Remember, your card is a lover's card, right? But we're not necessarily lovers. Your card shows duality. So it's showing the duality of things, but you now see both sides. When people talk about people, how it makes them feel behind closed doors, whether you're on the receiving or sending side of gossip, right? What it feels like. And so it's put you right in the midst of something for you to see on both sides of something, right? But again, a lot of it has to do with the energies around you. How do they inspire you? If they feel like they heard something about you, if they felt like it was you, if they feel like they heard something about, do they instigate or they go into prayer mode? Do they pray on you or do they pray for you? Gratitude. Fill me with gratitude for all you give. May I be a vehicle for you wherever I go. So yeah, somebody can be definitely putting together their gratitude list while you're relaxing this week, pulling it all together. But yeah, somebody shared a message, and this could have been you sharing a message of just like people who believe that they're so pure and they're just, you know, they're so this and that, pointing out people's this and that and so on and so forth. Yeah, Akashic records, right? So somebody is checking into their own Akashic records. There's tons of books in the library, by the way, for Akashic records, by the way. Yeah, tons of books for Akashic records. Let me just see if there's any more Oracle cards here for you. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you. So a closing message for you all is some kind of reflection for you all. Is this week isn't asking you to perform, decide, or explain yourself. It's asking you to be honest with your heart and gentle with your mind. You are allowed to rest inside uncertainty. Clarity comes not from force, but from kindness towards yourself, right? Kindness towards yourself. So somebody is now no longer going to be around a group of people who are just sitting around gossiping about people behind their backs and you're just kind of going along with the flow. Just like, no, I don't even want to be a part of this. Because you're talking about this person behind their back. I know when I walk away, you're talking about me too, even if you're a leader of something. You could be the leader, manager, director, whatever. I know y'all talking about me behind my back, and it doesn't feel good. And you bringing that same air home to your kids. You breathing that same air with these energies. So somebody's definitely a light. I'm seeing a light. So that's what I'm seeing for you all, Geminis. Hopefully this is helpful. And I will see you all in the next video. Again, happy new moon in Sagittarius. Put together your gratitude list. Bye.